Gun isn't something one considers when balancing the universe. But this does put a smile on my face.
What did I freaking tell y'all in this last video? Donald Trump made Justin Trudeau, beta male Trudeau, pee his pants. Okay, he made him cave. This was so quick, man. I thought maybe he'd hold out at least a couple more hours or something last minute. But no, it's over. Everybody falls before the might of Teflon Don. I done told y'all over and over again. I've been saying this since his channel started, and I say it again. Run up and you get done up. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. These dummies, fools, idiots had the border open for years, facilitating this illegal migrant crisis, facilitating illegal drugs, facilitating terrorists, facilitating literal rapists and murderers, child sex slavery, working with cartels, like cartels who was making multi-billion dollars. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry for them to be selling humans and drugs and guns. And they haven't done nothing about it. But now it's a new freaking sheriff in town. Teflon Don, baby. Look at this beta male here. I just had a good call with, hold on. I just had a good call with President Trump. Canada is implementing our 1.3 billion border plan, reinforcing the border with new choppers, technology, and personnel, enhanced coordination with our American partners, and increased resources to stop the flow of fentanyl. Nearly 10,000 frontline personnel are and will be working on protecting the border. More free labor from the freaking Canadians and from the Mexicans. Now we got 10,000 up north and 10,000 down south. Don't play with me. In addition, Canada is making new commitments to appoint a fentanyl czar. We will list cartels as terrorists, ensure 24/7 eyes on the border, launch a Canada-U.S. joint strike force to combat organized crime, fentanyl, and money laundering. I have also signed a new intelligence directive on organized crime and fentanyl, and we'll be backing it with $200 million. Proposed tariffs will be paused for at least 30 days while we work together. Man, this sounds like Donald Trump took that damn whip. He said, get your ass to work on this border or else your country crashes. That was the hardest whiplash I've ever seen. This was a beating. The freaking woman down south in Mexico didn't take this a thrashing like that. She stood at least a little bit, kind of almost. She tried to stand on business. Justin Trudeau got a freaking fentanyl czar. A fentanyl czar. They tried to say, well, there's really not that much fentanyl coming across the border. Well, apparently Justin Trudeau thinks it's enough to appoint a fentanyl czar. Cackling hens on a view. They're not taking this too well. Let's see what they got to say about this. Well, they're not talking about caveat. They're talking about Claudia over in Mexico. They're not talking about Trudeau because they didn't know this is breaking news. But let's go ahead and react to the cackling hens melting down about this. And before anybody says anything, whenever the view is on the screen for whatever reason, there's a lot of copyright issues associated with them. So I got to be extra cautious. That means there's a lot of interruptions when I watch the view. So with that being in mind, if you're one of those people who don't like that, then drop a like on the video. And I got plenty of other content like my last video where there's no interruptions the entire way through. Let's get into it.
The new administration is starting off with an all-out trade war against our biggest trading partners, China, Mexico, and Canada. And right before the show, a one-month pause on tariffs against Mexico was announced.
Tariffs against Canada will put your jobs at risk, potentially.
If this is the case, then why the hell did they give so many concessions? America didn't give any concessions. What the hell did we do? The Mexican Claudia, she said that we was going to stop with illegal guns going to Mexico. That's it. which I'm cool with, by the way. If we giving the cartels guns, why? So make sure that doesn't happen. But we didn't do anything. These people caved. It seemed to me like they was bluffing the entire time.
And Canadian citizens showed how they felt about these tariffs at NBA and NHL games over the weekend. Take a look. I've never seen anything like that in my life.
Never.
I'm sorry.
Was you not paying attention when all them people was burning the American flag during all of these protests because they was giving money to Israel? Like, you wasn't paying attention to none of that?
Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine!
I mean, it's been going on for like over a year now. You was asleep?
So, I mean, everybody's saying, hey, this is a bad idea, this is a bad idea, this is a bad idea. And of course, he's going to go along with it. So,
they don't know nothing about the art of the deal because, first off, it was going to hurt their countries more than it was going to hurt the United States. Secondly, it didn't even happen. What cost is there associated? You don't want people, maybe even if tariffs did take place, you don't want people to pay a little bit more to stop people from getting raped and murdered and prevent terrorist attacks? What the hell is wrong with you?
So Republicans have long been against tariffs, and there's a reason the Wall Street Journal, Rupert Murdoch's Wall Street Journal, is calling this the dumbest trade war in history.
Yep.
But I think...
Who's dumb now?
Is this a bargaining chip for Trump because he wants to get something from these countries, or is he going to go full bore and commit to this? And there's...
I think we know what the answer to that is now.
We don't bully our friends. We show up and give international aid. And if we stop doing that, which is what I feel like Trump is leaning into, I'm not saying that that's fully what he's doing yet. We're ceding our role of global superpower to China because they...
Basically, give the child whatever they want. Otherwise, they're just going to throw a tantrum. That's basically what she's saying. You know anybody like that? Like they have a rambunctious child, doesn't listen. And then if you try to take the candy from them, then they start kicking and screaming until mom's just like, okay, here's the candy. Please just be quiet. The child is like, foolish mom. Right? No, we're not doing this in America. If you're a 70, 80-year-old dude and you're dating a 29-year-old, yeah, if you take the money away, she's going to be salty. Guess what? She could find another sugar daddy if she wants. Try your luck, baby girl. But this ain't babies we talking about, and this ain't sugar daddies and sugar mamas we talking about. We talking about countries. Ain't a whole lot of countries to go around that's as powerful and as rich as America. So try as you might, China ain't just gonna just be funneling all of this money to you. They may trade with you, but you need more than just trade, because America literally steals our money and just gives it to whoever the hell across the entire globe. China ain't doing that.
It's risky to be America's enemy, but it can be fatal to be its friend. These are the people who send soldiers to go to war with us when we are fighting, in the Middle East, when we're fighting any sort of war, killing to our allies, long-held allies, largest trading partners. These are the people who vote with us in the international organizations. Canada sends its soldiers. These are the people that have been by us time and time again.
If you had your neighbor was sending over people who they knew were convicted child sex offenders, would you consider them an ally to you because they helped you some other times? Would you still consider them an ally if they sent somebody over who was a murderer and they decided to target your young daughter, your wife, brother, cousin, uncle? Would you consider them an ally then? I don't think so.
These are our friends, and we are treating them like trash. We are
treating them like trash. You got literal human trafficking going on. Talk about that. They never even brought this up. When the hell are they going to bring that topic up? It's been brought up on the show and they just ignore it.
Bullying them. And it's as if, I look at this thing in Mexico and I'm thinking, okay, as if deporting good, hardworking immigrants wasn't enough. As if emboldening
97% of the people who they've deported already had deportation orders in. What do you mean good, hardworking people? These people are not good and hardworking. The people who they deported so far are bad.
We are geopolitically connected to the rest of the world. We don't want to be isolated from everyone else.
No one said we wanted to be isolated. We just want rapists and murderers and child sex slave traders to stop it. And we want the countries to facilitate it rather than just turning a blind eye, or worse, possibly aiding and abetting.
Yeah. She sold coffee for $5. Now the coffee beans coming in from Mexico are now $5 more. You think if I own that shop, I'm going to eat that $5? No. Your cup of coffee just costs $10. Well, and that's the deal.
So who here is going to buy a $10 cup of coffee? Y'all let me know. I know there's specialty stuff that costs a lot, but who here, let's say, is plain Jane coffee, black, a little bit of creamer. You gonna pay $10 for it? Tariff or no tariff? These people are retarded.
Honey, when you talk about the interconnectedness, a vehicle made in North America goes across all the borders multiple times until it's actually done. But the part that gets me here is Donald Trump won on the economy and immigration. That's what we keep saying. Those were the two leading things. We talk so much about, well, what happened? Why aren't the price of eggs getting better? This was the other part he promised, which was tariffs. So in some ways, sometimes you get what you voted for, which is the people that voted for him. He told us this was going to happen. And he won anyone making under $50,000.
What about your eggs?
Well, the eggs. But my point here is
Eggs
that
are so
the
expensive,
people,
we're going to have to cut our potatoes.
He won in spades. So people with the least, the people that will feel this the most, Sonny, you speak of your $5, now $10 cup of metaphorical coffee.
Yeah, you know, the eggs that Joe Biden made more expensive. Like this whole bird flu thing, there was a combination of Joe Biden killing chickens and bird flu issues as it related to said chickens. And now all of a sudden they're talking about how expensive eggs are on Trump's third week in office. These people have no sense of logic or reason whatsoever.
Everyone is gonna feel this, but there's a lot of people, I would argue, at this table who are gonna feel it less.
Yeah. Yes.
The people that put him into office and voted for this were warned in bold letters. This was what.
See, this is the issue. You guys didn't get it because you don't feel it. You just admit it. Thanks for being honest for once. You don't feel what everybody's feeling. Everybody's basically been getting their ass kicked by rent and groceries and the cost of gas. You guys clearly haven't. Most of you probably don't even do your own shopping. So of course you're not gonna care about the same things, but you should care when the same people keep telling you, when people keep telling you the same thing over and over and over and over again. You don't just ignore them and tell them, nah, you're wrong, you're not smart enough, you're too stupid to understand how economics works. Yeah, they understand that their bank account, it looks pretty damn bad, then they're gonna vote for Trump as they did. That's why he got elected.
When you say this is going to hurt, but it ain't going to hurt you.
No.
See, that's the part that's tough. And I don't know what's going to happen with these tariffs and what it means.
These fools didn't care nothing about prices for 4 years straight. Everybody was complaining about prices, and they wanted to tell you was too stupid to know that the economy was good.
When you said you were going to fix it, it's really annoying. American people are not wallets. They are hardworking people. This is their money. And if you're making it hard for them to eat, it's really annoying.
Guys, I feel like I lose brain cells every time I see these hens on the screen, because Whoopi Goldberg at the end clearly didn't know what the hell she was talking about. She just was like, look, they paying me to talk, so I'm gonna talk. And I'm like, well, damn, if you're gonna do it, you don't think you should at least try to say something that's somewhat intelligent and informed, rather than just sounding like an idiot every single day on television? I mean, if I were you, I'd be embarrassed. I mean, you might be running home to the bank happy every day, but I would still feel embarrassed if I were you. The last thing I look at here is people roasting Trudeau. Good boy. Now behave yourself. End of wokeness says, ha ha ha, Trump owns you. Peace through strength. Trump made you his little bitch. This Valentina Gomez chick is quite wild. What does this say? It says Trump wants a foreign leader to do something. Trump announces tariffs. Lev claims tariffs won't work this time. Leader caves and Trump gets what he wants, and then Trump wants a foreign leader to do something again. Yeah, I mean, tariffs have long been used for this same thing. This isn't anything new. Donald Trump just acts like he hasn't forgot basic history and economics, like a lot of the dummies on the left, I guess, forgot. Way to go, Justin. You know who's in charge now? President Trump wins again. Fact. This man cannot be defeated. Okay, it's real. Simple. He won again. That's a much better tone. Submissive, tame, obliging. So Trump caved again. Thank you for standing up to him. Who said that? Oh, Rainbow, huh? Let me see. It says vote blue. Okay, 23-year-old, sweet-looking person. They mentioned Project 2025 in their bio and Harris for president. Makes sense. That's about as far as their brains can operate. Ha, so you're saying that peacocking and that flex you did yesterday was all show. Make him drop all charges on the Canadian truckers as well. You know what? That's a good point. They should have did that. You didn't even last 24 hours. Pause. That's what she said. Guys, I think I'm done reading the comments here. Last one. Number of days without winning. 0. This is facts, guys. Teflon Don is in a whole nother league. What a lot of people don't understand, with the exception of Van Jones, is that Trump is in a different league. You cannot understand something from somebody if you're too stupid, okay? Now, at one point, I was one of those people, okay? I've admitted that plenty of times on this channel, but we're in an age where there's a lot more access to information on the internet, and a bunch of people are basically screaming in your face, telling you, hey, there's additional information than what you have. I don't have the level of cognitive dissonance required for some of these people have that would enable me to continue to believe the falsehoods that the left continues to propagate. But that's how their brain works. They're in the true cult. That's what works for them. I like to live in reality, and so does Trudeau and Claudia, apparently, because that's why they cave, because they don't want their country to die. And it probably would have if these tariffs were to not only start, but continue. And I have no doubt that Trump was a man of his word, and he was going to do exactly what he said he was going to do. So these guys were smart for not stepping to Teflon Don because they didn't want to get hurt. Good boy. Now heal. Bark for me. Let me know what you guys think. Drop a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. I appreciate y'all watching The Black Anomaly Rising channel. I'm out.
Let me tell you something. You stupid little runt. I own you. You're my bitch. So don't walk around here thinking you have free will, because you don't. I can crush you anytime I want.